What's going on, everybody? Papsy here, and I wanted to take the time today to do something I don't really think I've ever done. I want to say I've maybe done like one or two on-camera videos in my whole like YouTube career, and when I say on-camera, like sitting down and actually talking to you guys like this, which is very surprising for me. I feel like I should, and in all honesty, I've been wanting to do these more. And let's go ahead and introduce this as my vlog series. So, right off the bat, it's 2019. I wanted to probably do this, much further in the year, but obviously give myself a little bit of time to just kind of see what the year would play out as, and kind of establish itself in, get a few weeks going there. So that's all done now. And right off the bat, the biggest thing that's happened, that if you guys have been following my channel or any of my social media, or the biggest thing, you don't follow me on Twitch, you guys have seen that I've been able to become a broadcast announcer for Call of Duty, which is huge because not only is that like one more foot in my door, another notch on my belt that I can add as far as my career in esports, but that's going to open a lot more opportunities just for, more casting, or maybe even meeting more people in the kind of industry, which is awesome. And it's something that I've needed since kind of machinima has kind of fallen off. So for those of you guys that are either new or old, I'm going to keep this very brief, but like I said, I did want to get more into a vlog series, and I will take the time to develop that a little bit more. But I want to make it nice and simple, where it's kind of not too much editing, just very genuine with you guys. So I'm going to try to maybe do these at least a few times a week, just kind of keeping you guys up to date on how things are going. And the biggest reason why is because it may be hard for some people to admit this to themselves, but sometimes to get the furthest, or get a step further on where you want to be, you have to take a step back, or sometimes evaluate the situation a little bit more to see what needs to be done to get you there in the best way. So with the whole gaming thing for me right now, the biggest thing I want to be able to do is one, change this whole setup so it looks more professional, it looks more fun and inviting and things like that, and you guys can actually see more of my personality get brought out. But two, the biggest thing is I need to get a PC, because that would just open, again, so many more opportunities as far as tournaments and competitions and games that I would be able to play, and then obviously the quality of stream that I would be able to produce for you. So that is, in all honesty, my biggest step right now, is upgrading my equipment and getting to the place that I need to be professionally, because for the longest time I've been putting off doing that, mainly because I wanted to make sure that there was a place for me to be or go to. And now that I know there is a path for that, I'm kind of a little bit more excited for that to kind of develop, I guess is the easiest way to put it. So overall, my career basically started when I got an Xbox 360 in high school. I was given Halo 3, and that was pretty much it. And I played online. I had to think maybe a few friends from high school that I played with, but kind of just played a bunch of random lobbies. And then I was doing okay. I like to be humble, but I was doing pretty damn good. Let's be honest, I was kicking ass. Made some friends from random places that started inviting me, and then playing in competitions and stuff like that, because they said, hey, you should check out this website called Game Battles. And I was like, okay. So I played a few there, but didn't get too serious with Halo. Just mainly played it because they were playing it, and that's how I played with my friends on Halo 3, which was kind of funny because I ended up even running into Snipe Down. So I played Halo with Snipe Down and a few other pro Halo guys, which is kind of cool. And then my friend was like, well, if you like Halo so much, you really need to get Call of Duty. I think you like Call of Duty. And I was like, yeah, I really like Halo. I think I'll do this. So I got Call of Duty, and I was a little bit skeptical at first, but it was, Modern Warfare or not remastered, but Modern Warfare 4, or yeah, just Modern Warfare, right? And loved it. Fell in love, played so much it's ridiculous. And when I say so much, like the first in 2008 or 2009, the spring season, whatever it was, I think the team that I was on, we put in over like 300, almost 400 game battle matches in that one season alone. So I mean, when I tell you I put in work for Search and Destroy, like I put in my time and work. And the people I was playing against is pretty much any pro Call of Duty player you could think of now I've played against, and even some of the pro personalities as far as like YouTubers and stuff like that, which is kind of cool to be able to say you've competed against all of them, which is awesome. The biggest thing that developed and kind of obviously got my career started with this that you guys are here for, my YouTube, Twitch, all that, was in a random lobby. Me and my friends were playing, and We were going up against this team, and it was going back and forth. We'd win one game, they'd win one, we'd win two, they'd win two, blah 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 blah, and it went back and forth like that for maybe like an hour or so. And but neither team really wanted to back out the lobby because they were close games and they were fun. And we were back then you talked smack in the lobby, so it was awesome, right? And eventually, people on each team needed to start leaving, so the teams started getting random people coming in, and then it just didn't get as fun. So there was like maybe a handful of us, and when I say handful, like 4 or 5 of us that were maybe still together, and then it came down to like 3 or 4, and we were like, all right, well, why don't we all just group together instead of competing against each other? We'll just have fun and play together and get another group together and smash more people. And that's what we did for a few more hours, and that is, in all honesty, the funniest thing, because that's how I met Hutch, and we started playing together pretty much every day after that. That's how we developed our game battles team and started doing really good and meeting people. And then we both decided, you know what, we're just going to go ahead and buy capture cards because we seen The Matrix by Grizz. And we were like, we'll just start posting footage and making our own videos and stuff and doing that. And it kind of all trickled down here from there. He got a contract with Machinima. I got a contract with Machinima. The only problem was, shortly after I got my contract with Machinima and I was making all these videos, my Xbox 360 died. And at the time when this is going on, I'm 18. I'm trying to go to school full time, living on my own and working full time. So I didn't really have the money to replace my Xbox right away. So I was like, all right, well, when I get the chance to do it, I'll get the chance to do it. And as much as I loved video games and esports, I just didn't know how many opportunities or how much money would eventually be available for that. Because in all honesty, 10 years ago, it wasn't as big as it is now. Like people people still laugh at you when you tell them you play video games for a living, but it's even bigger of a joking thing now. So, I was more worried about making sure I had guaranteed money, so I kept up with my job, going to school, all of that. Eventually, I was able to replace my Xbox, and I started making more footage again. And as soon as I did that, the laptop that I was using for both editing and going to college broke. And that was a big thing, is I lost my laptop for college, which sucked, because then I was pretty much stuck going to the fucking public library to type up all my essays and print stuff out, which was so annoying. So I can't remember exactly how long it took me to replace my Xbox, but it was a while. And then it took me almost, I want to say, a year or two to replace my computer, because I was like, well, I need a decent computer to be able to edit and stream and all that, so I can't just buy a fly-by-night laptop or computer. I got lucky. I ended up going to Sam's Club one day, and they had, I can't remember if it was one of the display models or if it was like an open box return, but they had a really nice computer. It was like $1,000 or $1,200 computer, and I was able to get it for like $700, $800, something like that. So it saved me like $500-$600, which, in all honesty, I wasn't so much worried about the money. It was the amount of time it would take me to get that money to get it. So it let me start getting back into things much better. So I got my computer, and then when that happened, unfortunately, things just fell through with my living situation. So I had to leave my computer with my dad, which that's a whole nother story, and we can get into a whole nother vlog on that. So I had to basically leave that computer behind. So it was like, all right, well, I have my Xbox 360, which is kind of coming out of date, because I want to say this was like 2000, now 10-ish, 2011. And I was like, well, I don't have a computer. I can't really stream. I can't edit. So the whole YouTube and gaming career kind of started going down. And the worst part about all that is like I was live streaming when this was going on, like way back when Justin TV was a thing. I was live streaming on YouTube and having like 400 or 500 people watch me do these Black Ops, Call of Duty, what are the elite events and stuff. I would have anywhere from 400 to 1,000 people watching me, which was awesome. Back in 2010 and 11, which was crazy to see. So all that went on, and then eventually I ended up getting an Xbox One as a present. So I started gaming a little bit within, and then I replaced and was able to buy a computer. So I started playing a little bit and streaming here and there, but not a whole lot. And this was maybe 4 years ago, I think now, is when that happened. And 2 years ago is when I came across this computer at auction. Again, got lucky. It's like a $1,500 computer. I can go through it, but basically it has a 980 graphics card in it, 16 gigabytes of RAM, and a i7 6700. So it's a pretty good computer, and to get it for 500 again saved me so much time. So I've been able to edit more videos, been able to do the Twitch thing, built an audience again, up to 200 and something followers on Twitch, getting more views on my YouTube since I've been posting videos. So things are looking promising again. So I really feel good about investing and getting back into this more full time. And the best part about all that is becoming a national Call of Duty broadcast announcer for the esports arena. So I get to cast for their Oakland, Spokane, Santa Ana, Las Vegas, and I feel like there's one more, Roseville. So I'm the Call of Duty announcer for all of those, which is awesome. And again, the amount of avenues and opportunities that's going to develop for me is going to be cool too. So long story short, as we wrap up this first ever vlog for you guys, hopefully you've enjoyed kind of just a quick uh, opening on how and who and where and all of this has come from. To sum it up for you guys, basically, I've had a lot of fun gaming in the past like year or two and doing all this. But in all honesty, the past few months or so, I don't want to say haven't been as fun, but I really want to take things more seriously, or buckle down more. And what I mean by that is I don't, again, have all the time and the resources a lot of these other people on YouTube or Twitch to do this, because I still have, a full-time job and bills and all that. Like anyone that's probably watching this is hoping to not have to do either. So for me, the best way to do less of that is really right now to do more of that, unfortunately. So I'm going to pick 2 or 3 days a week where I'm really going to focus on streaming. And when I say focus on streaming, I'm going to put in a good amount of time where it's going to be a good, like, 4 to 8 hour stream. So I figure that's going to be anywhere from 10 to 30 hours I'm going to dedicate to you guys a week. But aside from that, I'm not going to do as much. I may do some casual gaming if time allows for it, but if I do it, it's going to be very selective. And the reason I'm bringing this up and ending it on this is because some of the things that I want to talk about with the games that I'm playing are Call of Duty and Apex Legends. For whatever reason, people that play Call of Duty have either forgotten or failed to realize how much of a team game Call of Duty really is. Especially with Black Ops. With the specialist, you really need to focus and think about the characters and the game modes that you're playing as a team, and where you're putting spawn beacons and cutting off with the shields and the barricades, and who's using what to shut down robots. And it really feels like a majority of the people in public matches just fail to do that. They're going for their overall objective for kills, I guess, which is cool. But again, I like going for wins, and I like seeing the difference between people with a high kill death ratio and a low win loss ratio. There's something to be said about that. So I think I'm going to do with Call of Duty probably more solo public matches and more solo blackout matches, just because, again, if I do any team game events, they're going to be a little bit more competitive. So I want to start doing wagers and just actually going for wins and having fun, because that, for me, being competitive is overall what I'm going to be doing. So not just complaining about dying, but calling out where you're dying from, and communicating with your team so they can do something about it. Because I guess that's the most frustrating thing for me right now is there not being any productive conversation with getting better at all. It seems like people are just okay with being stagnant, and that for me is just so frustrating. If there's something to be done about a situation, I would like to do that, but I can't do anything if I don't know what's going on. And that seems to be the biggest issue with playing with people with Call of Duty. Same thing goes for Apex Legends, and again, why I might be a little bit more selective with that is because Apex Legends, in all honesty, you do have the ability to pop off and do great individual plays. The only reason being that is because we don't have a competitive playlist, and we haven't seen a full-on competitive team versus competitive team. They're public matches events, and I say that because Apex Legend is going to be a huge team-based game based on the type of characters that we're seeing involved. It's going to be much like Overwatch, and the amount of, I guess, of egos or inability to communicate with your team and come up with a strategy before you attack someone is going to be the greatest downfall for a lot of these people. So I'm really excited to see how Apex Legends develops as a game, since it is a free-to-play game, and hearing that it is going to soon be, cross-platform, much like Fortnite, is just going to be even bigger for it. So again, hopefully you guys enjoyed this vlog. I'm gonna do more of these. I promise to get you guys more up to date on what's going on and just in general with my gaming career, esports, personal lives, things like that. So again, any comments, feedback, anything you would like to hear or know more about, maybe I go into more of my history with Machinima, what I did for them, just gaming, game battles, who I played with, all that. It'd be fun to, I guess, create more of a video on demand so you guys have something to learn more about me or go back to answer questions for me on that when I'm streaming. Because that's the biggest thing is I've been able to build a stream community, but now I want to build that overall uh, audience on YouTube so that we can change esports for the better. Because I feel that so many people with each game that comes out are very negative, like wanting to say that Fortnite's dead, things like that. Let Fortnite people that enjoy Fortnite be Fortnite. Let there be an esports or a competitive scene for them, and you enjoy your event. Like if it's Call of Duty or fighting games, like you never hear fighting game people talk about Call of Duty being dead or talking smack about shooting games, and that's weird. Like, but shooting games usually more Call of Duty people and Halo people will go into each other games, and that's frustrating because I feel like overall, since we're all hoping to just play video games for a living, we should come together more collectively. But that's just me. So excuse me as I burped there before we end, but again, hope you guys appreciated this first ever vlog by me. And as always, I look forward to you guys' feedback. I'll see you guys again soon. Virtual Knuckles, everybody. I'm out.